It's day one of RAGBRAI 2022. Riders are packing up and hitting the road to start their 53.2-mile journey to Ida Grove. In just about an hour, the Briarcliff Chargers will make history as they walk through the corn to step out on the field as they play in the first ever college baseball game to be held right here at the Field of Dreams. And it surely is a game that all of these players have been looking forward to since the news was first announced. On a typical Sunday, one can find Caden Schmidt playing baseball with the Miracle League of Sioux City. And on Thursday, he'll live out a dream of playing baseball at a major league ballpark, showing the world that baseball is for everyone. Axe throwing. It's something unique, but it has come naturally to Ella Campbell, who first picked up an axe at 6 years old. Now at 10, she's competing all across the country. I've been staring at the edge of the water. Channeling my Moana, we'll show you more of the Disney on Ice magic coming up next on News 4 Today. Students at North High School danced the night away on Friday night to raise money for an organization that is near and dear to all of their hearts. Hey Jason, if there is one thing to remember about the Remsen St. Mary's Hawks, it's their depth and experience. The Hawks have a group of 8 seniors who have been undefeated in the regular season their entire 4 years here at Remsen St. Mary's. This whole season, like you said, has been a journey for this team, but especially for the Red Raiders signal caller who played defense just last season. But if you asked him, he would tell you that he always believed that he could get to this very moment.
Amber, what does day 3 bring us down in Des Moines?
Well, Jason, all 4 of our Siouxland teams have advanced on to the semifinals, and that first semifinal game is tonight in Class 1A with number 6 Remsen St. Mary's taking on number 2 North Lynn. And this isn't just any old game. It's a rematch of last year's Class 1A semifinal between the same 2 teams, where North Lynn took the win 56-46, eventually becoming last year's state champions. Well, the Dakota Valley boys basketball team has not lost a game the past 2 seasons. Pretty impressive to think about. They, of course, went undefeated last year, winning their first ever state title. This year, just taking it day by day. Being a small town, you've gotten to watch some of these kids grow up, and now they're some of your football players. What is that like, just to reflect back on how much you've seen these kids grow both on and off the field?
High school football is just so fun. What is it about high school football, coaching here in Sioux City, that's been so special for you? Their work ethic has just been unmatched. Like you said, lots of outside noise that might be creeping into their heads, but how have you seen them just continue to bet on themselves each week, no matter what people might say? All right, Sam, lots of memories and time spent in this gym. What are you going to remember the most about your time as a Dakota Valley basketball player?
2 minutes left in the game. You go out there for the final drive. You went out there knowing that you were going to go down the field and score is what it looked like. What was going through your mind, and what were you telling your team as you went out there? First ever CIF championship game for this program. How did you get to today? This is your 3rd back-to-back shutout win. What does this say about the toughness of your team? So this week, you win the Silver Pigskin Award. You come out with a big win like this to go on to the state championship game next week. What has this week meant to you? But tonight is about so much more than just basketball and overcoming life's challenges. As Cam Steffen is here, stepping back on the court for the first time since a football injury in September that led to some pretty serious health complications. Now, Cam, if you could just walk us through what these past few months have been like for you to get you back to this moment today. Well, Kinnick Stadium, the place where top 5 teams come to die, as Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh said earlier this week. The Hawkeyes are 5-1 against AP top 5 competition at Kinnick since 2008, last beating Michigan by 1 point in 2016. The Hawkeyes looking to continue their dominance. The Wolverines haven't won at Kinnick since 2005. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Sports Force Extra. I'm Amber Salas alongside Nick Reese. We'll be bringing you some of the best basketball that Siouxland has to offer. It's the regular season finale for 2 Big Ten foes, and what better way to wrap up the college football season than 2 state border teams going to battle. The Iowa Hawkeyes have everything on the line, trying to earn their way to the Big Ten championship as they host Nebraska. Football creates a competitive and loud environment, from the fans to the band.
referees blowing their whistle to coaches yelling the plays. But imagine being out on the field only hearing silence.
I feel the loudness. I feel the vibration of the fans, for sure, but I don't hear them.
Sioux City North junior DeMarco Young became deaf at just 8 months old after having spinal meningitis. His right ear is severe, profound, with very little hearing in his left ear, but he hasn't let that hold him back from playing the game he loves.
I'll stay on the field because I play both offense and defense, and Coach Gertch will call in the plays. Coach Moore will tell him what the play is, he'll sign it, and I look to Don for clarification. Also, if there's additional clarification needed, Carson Strobing, our quarterback, helps me out with that.
Young is able to communicate by utilizing his interpreter, Don Habhab, who spends the entire day with him through every class period to signing plays on the field.
He'll ask me questions about plays or clarify things that we've discussed, or ask me to, hey, tell coach this, tell coach that. And every once in a while I'll get a, did I do okay, Miss Dawn? Yes, you did okay.
DeMarco Young has faced life's challenges and adversity and continues to push through, and it's being right here on the football field that has brought him so much joy, no matter what life throws his way. Young grew up in Monroe, Louisiana, attending the Louisiana School for the Deaf, where everyone signed. His family made their way to Siouxland in May 2020, where he experienced a hearing school for the first time. To add another challenge to overcome, his family became homeless, living out of a car for 9 months.
I just wanted better for our family. So I knew if my family was going to succeed, I had to do better in school. I have to do well in sports and try and lift them out of the situations that we've been in. No matter how tough it is, no matter how hard it gets, I just have to keep going. To watch him persevere through the toughest of times when people wouldn't even have known what he was up against is the most inspiring, enlightening feeling of euphoria almost. It's like, look at him go and nobody knows the difference.
Young's goal is to push for a full-ride scholarship to play sports and finish his education. His message to others?
I would say never give up, just persevere, follow your heart.
In Sioux City, Amber Salas, KTIV Sports Force.